And like Rob said, I'm Otis McGregor. I spent the last 40 plus years in leadership roles in all kinds of places and things, as a combat leader, Green Beret, and then as a business leader. From all levels in business, from very junior, just starting off, to running businesses and starting businesses and running multiple businesses, which is what I'm doing now. And I love it, and I'm passionate about what I do, which is helping people become great leaders. And I'm here to tell you that you have to lead. The only way to be successful in life is to lead. And people go, well, Otis, I don't have anybody, I'm not in charge of anybody. Guess what? You are. You're in charge of yourself. If you can't lead yourself, you can't lead anybody else. If you can't lead yourself, ain't nobody gonna follow you. Plain and simple. It starts in the home. You everybody hear that term? It starts in the home. Guess what? The home starts in you. You have to lead yourself. You have to understand who you are. If you want to have success, if you want to make money, you want to grow your business, you have to lead. Bottom line. And it starts with understanding who you are. And what I'm going to talk to you about today, two things. Two most important things to think about. Leading yourself, leading others. I'll give you a couple points on that. And then the most important thing from today and tomorrow is implement. How many of y'all are ready already to take what you've got this morning and run outside and start taking action? Excellent. Excellent. Good. How many of y'all have done one of these things before and said the same thing, and then come Monday morning you're right back in routine? Huh? Believe me, I paid lots of money for some of these things. I go and see Tony Robbins, got super excited, jumped up and down, clapping my hands. I'm going to be different. Monday morning, guess who I was?
Otis.
Plain old Otis again. All right, I was not Tony Robbins. The difference is, the differentiator for all of us is implementation. It's taking these things, and I know people, man, I've met some awesome people that read those books, and guess what they do? They knock it out of the freaking park. They read that book. I get a friend of mine who, now I'm drawing a blank, Traction, Entrepreneur Operating System.
Gino?
Yeah, Traction, great book. I got a friend of mine who said, yeah, I read the book, and I just implemented it into my business. Okay, dude, I cannot do that. I need to be around and have guidance and work with people and build that up. That's how I implement. So let's talk a little bit about leadership. I always start with this piece right here. The foundation of leadership is trust. You got to trust yourself. You got to trust who you are. You got to believe in yourself, believe in what you do, who you are, what you do, when you make decisions, how you take actions. Believe in yourself. Then, as a leader, 5 things I'm giving you. I want you to capture these 5 things. This will get you started. It is not the answer. It is not the solution. But it will get you started and going as a leader. Because the leader has to set the vision. Even if it's your own vision. Who here has a life vision? Excellent. Do you have a 5-year vision? Great. Do you know what you're going to do tomorrow? Be here, right?
I know tomorrow. I got locked in tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow.
So, we have to, as a leader, establish the vision. Then we have to establish the standards. We have to be standard self-discipline is really what it boils down to. If I say I'm going to do something, damn right I'm going to do it. That's who I am. That's how I live. That's what I do. That's part of me. If I say I'm going to be here, I will be here. If I say I'm going to call you, I will call you. Sometimes a little late, but I will be. I will do it, and I will follow up. That is establishing the standards and upholding the standards, being self-disciplined. Number 3 on this list is critical. When I do 1 and 2, I have to be able to communicate. I love to say it this way. As a leader, my job is to come up with the vision and then sell the vision. Everybody says, well, I'm not a salesman. Yes, you are. Everybody's selling something here. You're selling to yourself. You're selling to the person next to you to like you. You're selling to the people in the room to get along with you and enjoy being part of you and in your network, like my good friend Phyllis talks about. She's selling it. And she does a damn good job because she's spot on. That network, the people you're around. You have to convince them that your vision is the way ahead. And if they're part of your business and part of your team, then you're selling to them because you want them to come along with you, because great leaders attract followers. And one of my favorites, you know what else they do? If you're attracting people, you're repelling people. Right? You can't attract everybody. So when you repel people, you're repelling people that you don't have to work with. I love that part. Believe me. And these last two, implement, move out, take the steps, take action. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But as a leader, as my chicken friends say there in the cartoon, everybody read that? It says, do as I say. That's the little tin head guy. Do as I say, not as I do. And the chicken friend says, that's Mr. Sausage Chicken, says, but you don't do anything. And the helmet head guy says, exactly. I'm here to tell you, leaders lead by example. I had a friend of mine who's a VP of a large business down in the Springs. Shoot me a note the other day. It's like, Otis, lead by example. How do I lead by example when my job is not the doer job anymore? Right? I'm not the guy tapping it out, coding it, meeting directly with all the customers. How do I lead by example? You set the standards, you follow through, and you check in on them. Leading by example doesn't mean that you're the person at the very end of the spear, if you will, to use my old Army terms, that you're all the way out here in the very front. You're still leading by example, the guy that's driving it and pushing it forward, okay? You're setting those standards, selling the vision, getting people bought into it. That's taking action and moving out, leading by example and motivating people. Back to that sales pitch of the vision. My vision is to create, and also I'll rephrase that as my purpose. My purpose is to create a legacy of leaders, because I believe great leaders create great organizations. And when we have great organizations in our communities, we're going to have better communities. When we have better communities around the world, we will have a better world. That's who I am. That's my purpose. And I have a vision that supports that, to achieve that, of how many people I'm going to help and when I'm going to help them and how I'm going to help them. And I have a team that is bought into that vision because I believe strongly in it and they believe strongly in it. That's what leadership is. But as much as leadership equals being successful and making money, you can't make that horse drink the water when it gets to the pond or the trough, right? I don't care what you do, man. There's some funny pictures. Take a break later today or this evening and just Google "make a horse drink water," and there's some funny pictures. And to include this one, I love this guy. He's laying down in the water, sipping the water with his face down in the water. The horse is just looking at him. You a fool. And you can see the look on the horse. That's going to happen, right? So does that mean I need to take the horse out back and put a bullet in his head? No. Does it mean I need to sell the horse? Maybe. Does it mean I need to show the horse the value of the water? Why that water is important? How that water will enable that horse to be a better horse, to do what horses love to do, which is run around. Sometimes with people on their back, right? Or other things. That's what leadership is. You don't just bring it and say, go do it. You got to show them why. Tell them why. Tell them how. Then let them figure out how to actually do it. Teach them. Show them. Tell them what they need to do and why they need to do it. So taking action. This is the hard part. Now, if you're anything like me, like I said, I spent a lot of money on Tony Robbins. Had a lot of fun. And I don't regret it one bit. But, you know, those sort of things, I ain't up here clapping. You don't see me clapping my hands, jumping up and down. But I have implemented some of those things. It just takes a long time. But you have to put together a plan. And what I challenge each and one of y'all to do today and tomorrow, today as you go throughout the day, the rest of the day, and all day tomorrow, is every time you hear something, Rob does it or somebody else, one of my other speakers comes up here and says something, you go, dang, I like that. Write it down. Take a separate page, write those things down. Because what you're going to do Saturday morning to be different is you're going to start to put together a plan. How do I do that? How do I implement that thing? If I'm going to be part of Phyllis's group on Friday afternoon, what do I need to do? I've got to allocate my most important resource, my most valuable resource. I have to spend time. I have to change my schedule. I have to set the time and prioritize that. That's how you start to implement the changes that you're learning today and you will learn tomorrow. You have to take that action. You have to put together a plan. And remember that no one does it alone. You got table mates, you're meeting all the people here in Chief. We're all here to help. That's one of the things I've been in a lot of these other things too. That's one of the things I love about Achieve is it's that whole principle of the rising tide raises all ships. Okay? I truly believe that, and I've seen that. I've been with this organization not nearly as long as my Miss Phyllis, but I have been here a couple of days, so I enjoy it because of the people. Your plan, your implement, understand those things. Commit to yourself, be self-disciplined. I'm a Stoic. And as a Stoic, there's 4 pillars of Stoicism. Justice, making sure things are done right. Self-discipline, making sure I hold myself to the task. Wow, drawing the blank. Courage and virtue. You have to have courage to do all of those. You have to be very courageous to be self-disciplined in the face of temptations, in the face of, I'm going to hit snooze on my alarm, or I'm going to roll over and go back to sleep instead of getting up.
Self-care, man, self-care.
Yep. Oh, I do it. It ain't easy every morning, but I do it. But that's what you have to do. You have to be that person. You have to be self-disciplined. You have to take action, and you have to know what you're going to do. Who's going to help you? Who can you call? Because we don't do it alone. What's the action step you're going to take? What will you do Saturday morning when you pull out that list and you go, you do like me and you look at it and you go, shit, what the hell did I mean by that? And then you think about it and you go, oh yeah, let me call Rob. Rob will help me out. Let me call Jason, let me call Phyllis, because they were there, they heard it. They probably remember, hey, what was that thing? Right? I can't do it alone. I want to be around people, I want to help people, and I want people to help me. So, leading yourself is the key to success. If you lead yourself, if you are confident in who you are, people come to you. The right people. Because when you're confident in yourself, you repel the people you don't want to work with.
Thank God.
Yeah. Right? Because I'm confident in who I am and what I believe in and how I do it and who I do it with. Generally, I'm okay with saying no thank you. Right? I don't need that. Or they look and they say, man, that ain't for me, which I'm okay with too. Right? Because I'm not here to help everybody. I'm here to help people who want to lead and want to be successful. That's one of the reasons that I created the leadership development system. I've taken all my years of leadership experience. I've done the academics, I've done the School of Hard Knocks, I've gone to plenty of conferences, organizations. I've had great mentors throughout my life, both in business and in the military. And I've taken all those lessons and I've created my leadership development system. My Green Beret leadership program is part of it. And that is a fundamental starting point to help you become a great leader. It's something I'm extremely proud of. I enjoy it because, again, what is it doing? It's helping me fulfill my purpose to create a legacy of great leaders. I want to give back to you. I want you to become a great leader for yourself, your team, your family, your neighborhood, your community. That's what I want to do. And that's what the Green Beret Leadership Program will help you do. I'm super excited to share it with you. It is 3 months of leadership development program that I put together that you do on your own with weekly group calls. I call them implementation calls because, like I said, I'm really good at reading, watching the videos, but I need a little, hey, how does that apply to my life here? And that's what these implementation calls will help you do. It's not just go watch some videos or read another book. Because I wrote a book too. You can buy that on the Amazon thing, right? But it's about how do I work with others to help them get the foundations and fundamentals so you can succeed and become a great leader and have greater success for you, your life, and your business. That excites me.